Welcome to our deep dive into the world of marine coral reefs. Often called the rainforests of the sea, these vibrant ecosystems are teeming with life, a kaleidoscope of colors and a testament to the sheer diversity of our planet. Today we'll explore what coral reefs are, why they are important, the threats they face, and how we can save them. Join me as we journey beneath the waves to discover the wonders of these underwater cities and understand the crucial role they play in the health of our oceans and our planet. Coral reefs, those bustling underwater metropolises, may appear to be solid, almost sculpted structures, but they are, in fact, created by tiny animals called coral polyps. These fascinating creatures secrete calcium carbonate, the building blocks of their hard, protective skeletons. Over time, as generations of polyps live and die, their skeletons accumulate, forming the intricate structures we call coral reefs. Imagine a bustling city not built of concrete and steel but of living organisms. Each polyp, a tiny builder, contributing to a grand collective effort that spans centuries. And just like a city, a coral reef is a complex ecosystem, home to a dazzling array of life forms. The majority of coral reefs thrive in shallow, warm, sun-drenched waters, particularly in the tropics. These underwater havens are not evenly distributed across our oceans, they prefer specific conditions. Water clarity is paramount, for the symbiotic algae that live within the coral polyps need sunlight to thrive. Coral reefs, despite their seeming permanence, are incredibly sensitive ecosystems, vulnerable to changes in water temperature, acidity, and pollution. We can broadly classify coral reefs into three main types: fringing reefs, barrier reefs, and atolls. Fringing reefs hug the coastline, growing directly from the shore. Barrier reefs are separated from the mainland by a lagoon, acting as formidable barriers. Atolls are ring-shaped reefs that encircle sunken volcanic islands, a delicate balance of growth and erosion. Coral reefs are much more than just breathtaking underwater scenery. They are bustling hubs of life, intricate ecosystems that play a vital role in the health of our oceans and our planet. Their importance extends far beyond the water's edge, impacting the lives of millions of people around the world. Coral reefs act as biodiversity hotspots, teeming with an astonishing array of life. Fish, in all their vibrant colors and curious forms, dart in and out of the coral branches, seeking food and shelter. Crustaceans, from tiny crabs to spiny lobsters, scuttle along the reef, while mollusks find refuge in crevices. Coral reefs provide food security and livelihoods for over 500 million people worldwide. Beyond sustenance, coral reefs act as natural seawalls, protecting coastlines from the erosive power of waves, storms, and even tsunamis. They are our first line of defense against the fury of the ocean, mitigating the impact of these natural disasters. Coral reefs are a treasure trove of potential, holding the key to unlocking new scientific discoveries, particularly in the field of medicine. Scientists believe that the diverse array of organisms found on coral reefs could hold the key to developing new medicines. Coral reefs are not just beautiful, they are essential to life both in the ocean and on land. Their intricate structures provide shelter for a quarter of all marine species, supporting a complex web of life. In a world grappling with the impacts of climate change, the importance of coral reefs cannot be overstated. Coral reefs, despite their resilience and ecological importance, are facing an unprecedented crisis. These vibrant ecosystems, once teeming with life, are being pushed to the brink of collapse by a multitude of threats, many of them driven by human activities. One of the most pressing threats facing coral reefs is climate change, a global phenomenon with far-reaching consequences. As our planet warms, so too do our oceans, and even a slight increase in water temperature can have devastating effects on coral reefs. Corals, too, have their limits, and when water temperatures rise beyond a certain threshold, they experience a phenomenon known as coral bleaching. This occurs when the symbiotic algae that live within the coral polyps are expelled due to stress from the heat. Without these algae, the corals turn a ghostly white, hence the term bleaching. While bleached corals are not dead, they are significantly weakened and more susceptible to disease. If the water temperature doesn't return to normal quickly enough, they will eventually die. Adding to the woes of coral reefs is ocean acidification, another consequence of our reliance on fossil fuels. As we pump more and more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, a significant portion of it is absorbed by the ocean. This excess CO2 reacts with seawater, making it more acidic. The acidic water makes it harder for coral polyps to build their calcium carbonate skeletons, weakening the entire reef structure. Overfishing is another major threat to coral reefs, disrupting the delicate balance of these ecosystems. Overfishing removes key species from the coral reef ecosystem, such as herbivorous fish that graze on algae. Without these grazers, algae can overgrow the reef, smothering the corals and preventing them from receiving the sunlight they need to survive. Pollution from land-based sources, such as agricultural runoff, sewage, and plastic waste, is also taking a toll on coral reefs. These pollutants can damage coral health, making them more susceptible to disease and hindering their growth and reproduction. Destructive fishing practices such as blast fishing and cyanide fishing are particularly harmful. These practices not only kill fish indiscriminately, but also cause significant damage to the reef structure. Experts estimate that over half of the world's coral reefs have already been lost or severely damaged. It's a stark reminder that we are at a crossroads, and the future of these vital ecosystems hangs in the balance. The plight of coral reefs may seem dire, a bleak picture painted by the devastating impacts of climate change, pollution, and destructive fishing practices. But amidst the despair, there is a glimmer of hope. Scientists, conservationists, and local communities around the world are fighting back, working tirelessly to protect and restore these vital ecosystems. One promising avenue is coral restoration, where scientists and volunteers are literally planting new corals onto degraded reefs. These coral gardeners cultivate coral fragments in underwater nurseries, providing them with optimal conditions to grow. Once these fragments are large enough, they are transplanted onto damaged reefs, helping to rebuild the reef structure and kickstart the recovery process. Another critical strategy is the establishment of marine protected areas, MPAs. MPAs function similarly to city parks, safeguarding areas of the ocean from fishing, mining, and other extractive activities. These protected zones provide a safe haven for marine life, allowing fish populations to recover, coral reefs to regenerate, and the entire ecosystem to regain its balance. However, protecting coral reefs goes beyond simply establishing boundaries in the water. We need to address the root causes of the problem, and that means tackling climate change head-on. Reducing our reliance on fossil fuels and transitioning to cleaner, renewable energy sources is paramount. Sustainable fishing practices are also crucial for ensuring the long-term health of coral reefs. By adopting sustainable fishing methods, we can continue to benefit from the bounty of the sea without jeopardizing the health of these vital ecosystems. Ecotourism, when done responsibly, can also play a role in coral reef conservation. By promoting ecotourism practices, we can raise awareness about the importance of coral reefs, generate income for local communities, and provide an economic incentive for their protection. But it's not just up to scientists and governments to save coral reefs. Each and every one of us has a role to play. By making small changes in our daily lives, we can collectively make a big difference for coral reefs. Reducing our plastic consumption, supporting reef-safe sunscreens, and spreading awareness about the plight of coral reefs are just a few ways we can all contribute. The future of coral reefs, those vibrant underwater cities, hangs in the balance. By working together, from international collaborations to individual actions, we can turn the tide and ensure that these magnificent ecosystems continue to thrive for generations to come. Coral reefs are nature's underwater masterpieces, living, breathing cities full of wonder and life, but they need our help to survive. By understanding, respecting, and protecting these fragile ecosystems, we can ensure future generations experience their magic too. Thanks for diving in with us today. If you found this video informative, like, share, and subscribe for more stories about our amazing planet.